again, silly. But Luminosity Gaming, composed of Shiz, Destiny, PKL, Showtime, and Yell, they will start off on the CT side. Complexity, composed of Surreal, Def, Uber, 8, and Android. As they do have a good spawn here for Complexity to rush towards B. They actually don't even have anybody watching down towards the mid side, so nobody's scouting it. I wonder if they're just going to go balls deep into B.
Yeah, and somebody's actually pushed up to Xbox. They have so much mid control as well, so the rotates are going to be fast. The site's going to be taken, but yeah, they're going to have 2 on the tunnel flank. This is still 50-50 to me.
Well, you have one guy watching that flank, and that is going to be Android. Gets the first headshot onto Destiny. 2 more rotating as we do get the bomb plan. 3 guys actually move inside the tunnel. This is going to be huge inside B. Tunnels. Yell gets the headshot to retaliate. Now they're hunting him down at the same time. Everybody's rotating out towards mid, and there's only one guy playing in the back, and that's going to be Def. One in the front, it's going to be Uber. Both headshotted by PKL. And what a retake by LG.
What?
Again, it's the curse of Complexity with the post plant holds. And it's going to be a 4-man retake victory for LG.
Yeah, I still felt like it was going to be quite close, but I didn't expect all those quick headshots to come out. There was a little bit of whiffing, though. There was 3 people upper and 2 people on the stairs. It should have been a lot of it much easier shot for Complexity to hit than vice versa. And then I liked how I guess how they fell back and then decided to join their teammates going into the site. Because there's so many people in tunnels, it just made sense to get out of there. And then they realized that you spot 3, you know there's only 2 left in sight, so much easier to go through the door and window in that scenario.
Well, it is quite heartbreaking with Complexity again in that plant and not able to hold anything there. We've also lost one of the players for Luminosity Gaming at the beginning of this round, so just on time for the pause and for him to come back, and that's Destiny. So they will have enough money here. 3 M4s across the board. Possibly a FAMAS or a UMP for Destiny. And a scout in the hands of Yell, while the rest of Complexity at this point have not invested in much. Only in P250. So they got a bomb plant. It's been an expensive round for LG. If they could hurt the economy and get the AKs in the next round, they could possibly turn it around.
They had some really good stuff on Mirage on their eco rounds, where they would have like either 5 smokes or a different take on the other side with a similar amount of smokes, and they do know how to make a little bit of utility go a long way. So here's one for Xbox, and it looks like they're going to bomb up Cat, potentially, or just try to cause a rotate, do something else. I'm not sure. Kind of difficult to get across Cat, but if they have a good enough flash, they can clear that Cat corner, and there they are walking.
Yeah, they have 2 flashes to work with. 1 smoke if they want for the cross on the brick. And there's that throw for the brick. And it's going to be Yell with the scout, so let's see. Fully blinded from the first flash and the second flash. It's up to Destiny here, also at Goose. He gets the first kill. Nobody's looking! He gets 2 kills, switches to the USP. Finally, it's traded out. Could maybe get a plant, but the rotation already came across. Thankfully, Android does get it at the end of the day. Guys moving up towards the elevator, and that's going to be Showtime with 2 and 4 kills. That's 2 bomb plants right now. Thankfully, at least for LG, is the gun that they lost was only the UMP. So it's going to be a very, very nice round to launch in the next one here.
Yeah, solid. That was a perfect cat execute for like the way they used their smokes was beautiful. They were able to get a cat, no noise, and then the flashes were awesome. They layered each other perfectly to flash the scouter off the cross, and that allowed them to gain so much distance, which is just really the difficult part. The smoke helps them for the first leg, and then as they turn the corner, they've got to use those flashes to assist versus the Goose player and the car player, and it ended up getting a bomb down, which is exactly what they needed. As we can see, they have a full buy now, and they're down to 0 on 4 players.
Everyone watching towards that mid, it's going to be Ape only with an AK-47. Thankfully for him as well, Yell is not contesting it with that scout. He's actually playing towards that default playmaker at the car, or game changer as others would like to call it, and how we used to call it in the past. But it's going to be for them to push straight out towards mid without any smokes to start, just to try to clear it out first. Big pop flash above, but Ape still gets the opener. TKL fully blinded. Destiny pushing across from CT spawn, gets 2 kills. Def gets the first one, and turns around to get the kill from the scaffolding onto CT spawn. That's amazing. Now, plenty of flashes happening. End of the day, it's going to be Uber on a 2 versus 1. Gets a nade. A little bit too far out. He actually walks out towards outside B. Big pop flash. Gets the first kill, but gets the blinded one as Yell was unblinded.
Yeah, if he had killed Yell first, maybe he would have had a better chance. I'm not sure. Like, in the 2v1, you know, you obviously want to try to make it a 1v1 as quickly as possible. But, and also maybe he was hoping that they were split up. Either way, try to take a risk. It didn't work out. What I thought was kind of weird was Showtime just running out of the door and then getting killed. It seemed like up until that point, Complexity should have been able to get away with that B split because, in my opinion, Luminosity didn't play that well. But still, they pushed through the mid smoke right away. They pushed out the door, and it seemed kind of reckless. I'm not sure if they'll try that again or what's going to happen if they don't try it. But mid B, in my opinion, seems to be a weakness, even though they won that round.
They're actually going for a double op setup too. Interesting enough. Pistols for the rest of Complexity. Yell had a good spot at Xbox before. They tried to catch him off guard, but he's able to fall back safely. A couple of flashes and smoke as well as Ape is trying to move across and take control of this catwalk side. He does have the bomb in his back as well. He does have a smoke, a molly, and a flash. This might change things a bit. If they decide to push up on Cat as well, they have that molly to work out and flush out Destiny towards Goose. And then flash out on Yell and then probably take this A-bomb site again.
It seems like they're trying to do something similar. It worked last time. And that was even versus a 3-1-1. So it's the exact same setup. And there are maybe just a little bit better guns and a little bit more utility. But there's no one to flash off of car. So there's one person on A ramp, and that might be actually a problem for them.
Well, there's that first throw, and it's... But then a drop out towards CT spawn should they want to. Flash is not going to affect Yell, so he's going to have open field, open season, getting the first one onto Surreal. Spots the second one dropping. Going for the quick scope, connects onto Uber. Destiny falls down, and Android gets another kill, so they might be able to get this plant. Shiz, though, play on the platform of Long. Mission successful, at least for Complexity.
Yeah, Def actually has the opportunity here. Oh, to look for another kill. Nope, can't get it. That would have been a real... That could have actually made them win the round if he... Whoa, nice shot, though, from Ape. And now he's in a 1v1. He knows that his opponent's coming up Cat, and he's picked up an op.
Actually coming from CT.
Yeah, he'll be able to hear this, though. Yeah, he should.
Especially from that flash. Spotted the dome, too. Shoulder peek, though. He manages to dodge back on time, but misses the quick scope there through the box. Showtime gets the headshot. He does have a kid as well. So it's going to be 4-0, but a great round at least for Complexity, because look how low the money is right now for LG, despite them winning that round.
Yeah, that was extremely close. Like, Ape should have won that for sure. The 1v1, he got baited into shooting at the shoulder peak. You know, if there was a rifle there, that would have almost certainly been over. But almost a good movement, almost saved him. Either way, Luminosity recover on a round that they shouldn't have come close to losing. And I still think there's a lot of hope for Complexity. We're seeing a lot of good stuff from them so far.
Now we finally have an op in the hands of Surreal as well. They can't go for the double op setup because of that, because of the amount of players that they lost actually on LG's side. So Yell's going to keep it on their side. Showtime back with the M4. Destiny with an M4 himself with no utilities. And Complexity are actually looking pretty good to execute on this A side. But look how pushed up actually LG are up at Long Launders.
Yeah, there's two of them committed, so they're really anticipating a late long take, or, well, ultimately just deciding they're going to give up Cat, and if it comes down to it, they'll attempt to retake. But it looks like they've, after peeking, decided to fall off. They've got a fair bit of information. I think they feel confident that it isn't going to be a long take at this point. But even still, very standard, 2-1-2. And mid B, I think, well, essentially, A isn't as fortified as you would want it to be if you think it was going to be an A hit. But even mid B right now, a mid B smoke would completely smoke out Destiny. And like looking at the way Luminosity played the last mid B versus the last mid B, I think they could get away with it if they want to try it again. But it looks like instead we're gonna have the Cat split, and Destiny already moving over to A, getting the memo. I think that it might be his talent might be needed on this side of the map. And yeah, it's already sunk his way to Goose. Very good by him.
Mollies are also coming out. Yell is actually looking up towards Long before, but Destiny's still playing towards Goose. Opt down by Destiny, opt down by Surreal rather, as we finally had the mollies that flushed him out earlier. These have worked quite well. Showtime already on the elevator side. The bomb has been planted. Def making it a 5-on-3 situation. Things are finally looking better here for Complexity on a post-plant situation. You have two guys still up at Long, and that's Shiz and also Yell with the AWP. But at this point, you could see it that they're going to try to save their weapons now. Complexity will finally put a point on the scoreboard to make it 4-1.
Yeah, that was really... like, Destiny got to such a good spot, and then he just, like, wide peeked by himself. He didn't even have someone to help blind people. Like, if someone threw a flash from Long, he could have peeked from Goose, done, like, not a wide peek, maybe got a kill, and then fallen back, and then that would have taken the attention away from everybody crossing, and they would have had to worry about car, and then he could have tethered with his teammate. But instead, he decided to just run out after getting such a good spot. So kind of wasted it, I think. But it was a good save overall from Luminosity. 3 guns into this round in a situation where they don't have a lot of money left over, and they do have an op as well. Yeah, and we'll just be buying down behind this to try to fortify this investment, which is totally worth it. The op can be a game changer, even though Showtime only has a pistol, but Complexity should have the understanding that they've done a lot of damage, and that there's a chance that Luminosity might not have that much to buy, but at the same time have also saved 3 guns from the previous round.
That's right. And that gives a chance here for a UMP in the hands of Destiny. 5-7 for Showtime. So not count anything away here for LG because they've done a great job. And the last match set at 3 against Complexity with only lower rifles or lower submachine guns. But at this point now, it's going to be Complexity focusing up on this mid side. So it's a lot of mid / move it over to Cat, depending on how they get these picks. The 3 of the guys already moving up on this catwalk side. 1 for the CTs. It's actually an in-away stack. Been a while since I've seen that. That's Showtime and Destiny here on that high-low on the mid side.
It'd be a really good idea. Oh, that nade could have done so much more. If it was any closer. I like the NOA considering they're just, you know, you're boosting on someone with a 5-7, so he's not that useful anyway. And yeah, also gonna be able to see over the smoke, but luckily for Complexity, they're not using it, and they're out mid.
Showtime still manages to get the first 5-7, and that includes the bomb, and another one running through the CT spawn, and I guess it's those smokes that's
Did they miss a mid?
I think so. I see one there, but
It like missed.
Actually,
how do you
did.
miss a mid B smoke? That's like what was the first smoke you learned in CSGO?
Mid B. It's
Yeah.
the only one I know how to throw.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and not only that though, they also threw a second one, if I'm not mistaken, that kind of hindered their POV.
Oh well, that was
trying
like
to
a
move up
mid.
towards B.
That was like a mid control smoke. So you throw that one just so that you can clear out close mid safely without someone like peeking around the wall, and then you like execute afterwards. But I mean, they just missed the other side, which is crazy.
Oh.
And it seemed like they were doing so well. And yeah, I thought mid B would be a good option, but obviously, you know, if you miss your smoke, everything can just go wrong.
Because of that, as I said, you can't discount Luminosity game with the type of bias that they have. Because quite frankly, Complexity just have an issue of gunfights in general against LG so far. If they don't execute as a unit, and if they don't clear out corners like they kind of did on that last round, it's pretty much the fate that you see right now. Which is why you see this 5-1 scoreline, and they're going for a full buy here. So 3 AKs, 2 Tech 9s, and a first one falling up on Cat. Make that 2, so Destiny decided to change the pace a little bit and push down towards that catwalk side, knowing how Complexity has tried to take control of that for the past 7 rounds.
What happens now? They've already lost 2 people. They haven't really done much damage, or they don't really have anyone in an advantageous spot, and the clock's running down. So we've seen, I think Complexity struggle sometimes to make adjustments in situations like these, and Showtime eating the flash of his teammate, but they're in such weird spots. Whoa, this would be so hard to anticipate. Showtime's going to see one opponent, know that there's another one in the sight, but he has so many options to work around, so.
Ooh, nice try on that spray.
NT.
4K for Destiny, man. That's pretty good. Considering how aggressively he played up on that catwalk, never got punished. Was just on point with his AK-47. LG really came out to play, man. After losing the first series against Complexity in the upper bracket finals, they want to make it to Montreal.
They what?
They want to make it to Montreal.
They want to make it to. Okay.
Yeah.
I heard the opposite for some reason.
I want to play my heart out because I don't want to go to Montreal.
Ooh, a push into upper. Oh, they don't have much to work with here. This is an economy building round for the CTs. They want to put this. They don't care if they lose it. They want to put it to work, and there it is. So much money gained. Nothing gained for Complexity.
Oh, definitely. This gives a chance for Showtime to drop this MP9 in the next round and go for an AK again. Or even keep that MP9 one more time. I mean, they're building the economy so well. It's 7-1 in the scoreline as well. Okay, no, he's going to go straight for the op. So back to the double op setup here for LG.
Feels like every game of Cats is 7-1.
Right.
Can't escape.
And so far, it's been a spanking for the ones that actually chose the map are getting spanked on their own map.
I know, everyone's getting spanked on their own maps. This is great. NACS. Oh,
Well, they already spotted a few guys coming out.
Look at these mollies.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're in the smoke at Blue Bin. Oh, they have nowhere to go. They've got 3 people here ready to surround them. And that should be a good flash for Cat as well.
Boosting up. Destiny's already pushed up as well. Bomb is down. 2 more remaining towards A. That's Uber falling. And Android? 5 versus 1. Only 21 damage was done there for Complexity.
Yeah, that was they called them out. They're like, all right, they're going long this round. They said Luminosity dedicated 3 people there. And that typically was like just what your go-to was on CT side. 3 long in the beginning and then fall back to your whatever. Leave 1 pit, go back to car, and then have 1 person either be your goose player or your mid B rotate. And Complexity ran right into it. It was just perfect. The mollies for Blue Bin and the door, and then 3 people there to assist.
Yeah.
Beautiful setup.
There's only like a maximum of 7 nades being thrown by LG as well, so that was not an expensive round at all for the Brazilian side, and which is why you see it on the scoreboard. Even after this round, Yell is at 10k, Shiz at 98. Op shot missed though by Yell. Deagle shot missed as well from Complexity side, who drops inside spawn. That was Def, headshotted by Destiny. He's pretty much been on point now for Destiny in this map. His map to play. Other guys are trying to move out. They don't have any nades, so it's going to be the body peaks. Should be easier here for Yell to get these shots. Even when you're just got a wide walkout. Not really sure about that. So now there's going to be 2 more remaining. Destiny getting 1. Uber and Surreal moving out. Destiny finally falls. And they'll give him the plant.
Really good at getting this cap plant on egos, that's for sure. This is 3rd time so far they've done this. Surreal with the Deagle, not good enough. Shiz. That's super nice with the AK, hits a headshot, and Luminosity after wow, they're just rounds in a row. This is kind of nuts. And it seems like I think sometimes you can lose. You can kind of forget that what you were doing was pretty good and just didn't work if you just start losing so many rounds. You know, you just like if I'm in the server as Complexity right now, I'm thinking, wow, we're just getting stomped, and it can be hard to think about the fact that in the first 2 gun rounds, we actually saw some good stuff from Complexity, but it didn't end up working out well. That doesn't mean they shouldn't try it again, but you know, you might think, oh, we just got to do something different.
I zoned out for a second because I was thinking how we could make the teams even in 1.6 later. Ape is about to run out, fully blinded as Destiny. Ape with a nice entry towards the mid double doors. So a 5-on-4 situation. Great teamwork there for Complexity. And they're kind of set up here for a mid to B split if they wanted to. But they still have some heavy defense on LG side. They did have 2 guys inside B, 1 guy still inside CT spawn. Now playing a little bit more passively is going to be the Brazilian side, as Showtime offing here from Turtle Box gets the headshot onto Surreal, so that off battle comes in favor of LG.
They had man advantage for just 1 moment. I think that's the first time they got man advantage. Maybe first or second. They got it on their rifle, but and this early especially. Ooh, this smoke. So Yell's using this to see over top of the car. I see with his own smoke. Interesting.
Yeah, and they're going to come in for this mid to B. You still have Showtime and PKL inside the site. First one coming through, that's going to be Uber getting the entry. Traded out by PKL, but then Android also dispatches PKL to avenge his teammate. Shiz on a big flank, but just a little bit too late. Gives away his position as well. They're going to have to play turtled in for Complexity. 1 at pretty much at car, 1 in the back of the site, and the 3rd one watching tunnels pretty much. But that 3rd player now in the open in SE. Ape is going to try to bring the fight into tunnels. While Yellow moving out from the doors. Op shot miss. Android capitalizes on the mistake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no! Wow, that came way too close. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, they knew he was in tunnels. Just double peek him, or you know, don't. I mean, you could let him come out, you could play standard, but you can't do like half and half, where like
Yeah,
someone's
light
gonna
up.
peek. Yeah, like we had our guy backside peek. So if he's gonna peek, that means everybody should peek. If you're like right there, why not? There's no point in having one person die with the potential that they don't get traded. Center gets 2 kills. No way he gets more than 1 if they all peek at the same time.
It would have been back to the complexity post-plant situation curse.
Yeah.
But they managed to save that.
Which is just like one word of communication, you know, like peek.
Yeah.
Wait, peek.
But since it's NA, it's 3 words. It's peek, peek, peek.
I don't actually think there's anything wrong with repeating calls.
I repeat all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know people make people, but you're saying because people make fun of that, right? But
Yeah.
No, he doesn't get it.
How? Android getting the entry into B onto PKL from a fairly bad smoke to start. Off shot missed by Showtime. Yell capitalizing meanwhile onto the other side of the map. But the B side is now open, which is gonna put Destiny and Yell pretty much in a safe situation. Unless they get a kill early.
Yeah, yeah, 2 in tunnels here. I mean, I guess they could try to go for it. They do have a little bit of money, but I think it just makes sense to save. Yeah, they're just running. I mean, four people on B side. It's like hardest site to game the retake. And will they get caught out though? Everybody's already kind of exiting from complexity.
Yell's about to lose it.
Ooh, Yell loses the op. No way to recover that.
Just playing outside long, and they kind of have the money still to be able to go for a first buy in the next round.
So another kill. Very nice.
Yeah, that's gonna change things a little bit. Well, it's still gonna be a buy, but you'll see Destiny with an M4 that was dropped here by Chiz. The op will come back out here for Yell, so they're gonna be fine in this round. They put all the way down pretty well.
So I'd actually like to see Complexity do with their cat take on their eco, but just do it with guns. Because it seems like really good. They've got coordinated flashes. They tend to get the bomb down with like pistols, so that's a good sign. It goes versus rifles as well. And run up mid. Wow, Dev. Jeez, that was a PvP.
Yeah, definitely. Now Showtime stuck by himself inside B one more time. Oh, death from above! Showtime in the back of the site, traded out by Android, but Destiny's also close to B-board. Partially flashed. Android gets gets the kill, but now 3 of them are blinded. Yell manages to get the leg shot into Surreal, and then Shiz getting the kill. Now he's burning, and he gets headshotted by Android, sorry. And it's down to a 1 versus 1. Sorry, there was a lot of ruckus that happened there on that attempt of the B take.
All right.
Thoughts
So
here of running back to A.
I'm never a fan of leaving an open site. Like you know exactly where he is, and oh, what was he? If he looks behind him, we know he wasn't spotted. But is he making no? What's going
Teammates
on?
are talking in dead chat though. If Android didn't see him, at least the teammates did. So that's why he stopped himself dead in his tracks.
I was
running back to B.
I was more concerned with did y'all see him? Because I wasn't. Heck, I don't understand. Yeah, leaving an empty site, it's like a headache for no reason because you know where the other guy is, and so you know you can get a bomb down, but you don't know if someone's gonna call you or rotate if you leave.
Yeah.
So you know, it almost makes more sense to just try to play it as standard as possible. That being said, he's got half HP, no utility, so I can understand why he maybe wanted to try something different. But I'll play. Is that an angle? Oh man. Oh, what just happened?
I don't know. Yeah. No, it's not black, but I'm watching it so far. Android's holding in the back of the platform. Yell's trying to move in. And then he gets the headshot there onto Android. Gets the defuse as well. I was going to ask you at the same time, because it's a 1 versus 1, right? And Android decides to plant it in the back of the double stack. Usually you want to plant it to where you could have, like, you could hear the tap and you could try to peek out. But I'm wondering at that point, if he planted it at an obvious spot to be like, he's probably going to be in the back of the platform from where you see the bomb.
Yeah.
Should he play it at a different angle, since it's just a 1 versus 1 anyways?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you could do that. It's always a mind game in a 1v1 because you could just do that but not be there, or you could just be able to wall bang, or like there. So you never, even as a CT retaking, you can't really assume anything for sure. There's no tell because you always maybe feel like, you're being thrown through a loop. So I guess there's no right answer, but I mean that makes sense logically what you're saying. I don't know. Days would say go big box, and watch door, watch window, and then you'll win or whatever. But he just a spot that was kind of weird where he was trying to cover everything, didn't go for any information, so it was just really relying on hoping to be looking at the right choke point at the right time.
Well,
I can't say I'm a huge fan of, but Android is a way better player than I am. So
yeah, I'll tell him. Yell's playing towards game changer here with the AWP. So back to what you were saying, Launders. You said you'd like to see Complexity execute this cat take this time with rifles because they're coordinated. This time they have it. They have 4 volleys to work with as well. And here comes the call. The only difference is that Destiny is not playing towards Goose. So this is going to be big right now for Complexity. An open site for them to take.
yeah, they should have it. Bomb's gonna go down. This cat take, exactly kind of what I was hoping they would do. They ended up getting away with, just like they did on this eco rounds, and now there's a bunch of players in a retake. Last time they had 3 and saved. Here, I'm not so sure they will want to do that. This is a very critical round. Everybody's money is very low. Good opportunity to change the face of the game. And Def and Android, though, as well as Surreal, shooting into the pool, taking down 3 players and leaving PKL all alone with a UMP, the worst gun.
That's what it was. I think we lost our cameraman, so Kevin got disconnected. So,
yeah, good riddance.
Yeah, Jesus. Why is this guy still observing majors?
How does this guy get jobs?
Yeah, seriously. So PKL saving his UMP. It's going to be 10-4 in favor of LG on the CT side. Thankfully here for Complexity, they will have plenty of money to drop 8, who died earlier on, so he's going to be able to get full nades. They're going to be able to get full nades as well. On Luminosity Gaming side, though, look how low their buy is going to be. So there's a potential chance for Complexity to make it 10-5, which is desperately needed on their side.
Yeah, and I would say if they do it, they've kind of just come back into the game a lot. And even though they had a rough start to begin with, and got money screwed for the first 10 rounds, they winning 3 out of the 4 last rounds is a really good sign. And if they were to close this out, as you mentioned, just numerically would mean a lot. But having such a fast start.
Yeah, and because of their low submachine gun buy. Oh, what a shot! From Showtime, they're on the top of the barrels. The auto director does a better job than Kevin. But yeah, because of their submachine gun buy here for Luminosity Gaming, they played it quite aggressively towards long, and they're even going to try to take the advantage of scouting it out, which gives them so much information right now. You could start seeing them converge back towards the mid side. Destiny could just focus on playing up on the CT spawn, but he will hear the footsteps of Death up on Catwalk.
Look at this. Surreal, or Yell and
oh, really?
Flanking cat. Wow.
Yeah, that's Showtime with 4 headshot scouts.
Oh my god. Did you see all this? I didn't see them.
I did.
Does that mean that the stream saw them?
Well, we saw them from the point of view of Complexity. We didn't see them from Showtime's point of view.
Okay, that does not count.
Well, he was in the back of Plat, right? At that single box. They were trying to move forward. They went for a walk peek, and then they got owned.
Right. So we all know it. We know what it looks like.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I mean, it was a potential win here for Complexity in this round, but Showtime just said nope. I'm gonna show you how to still use the Scout Boys, even though it's been jump nerfed. But some great shots overall there for LG, nailing pretty much, putting the final nail in the coffin, in my opinion, on this map. Unless things change here on the CT side, Complexity haven't been looking too strong in terms of their gun battles. So, yes, initial entries are good, but you don't see much more out of that.
Yeah, they get some initial entries. That I mean, they haven't played man advantage that well, and that's been a consistent thing. But here, I mean, I don't think this is over. It's definitely close, but if they win the pistol, I mean, they might be a lot better on CT side. We'll see.
By the way, we caught the 4th shot.
We
caught the 4th kill from Showtime.
Cool.
With the auto director.
All the other kills, guys, looked exactly the same.
Yep. A first kill there onto Yell. And Android going to work as well in this double stack inside B. Now it's a 4-on-2 situation. Stay on this overhead view as Destiny gets wrecked, and then a mid side, Shiz gets picked off by Uber. So they did have like a what 2-man crossfire up on mid side.
Yeah,
And Nate playing the back of plat.
Yes, and Android at the back of plat, and he is so nuts with USD. So nuts. And so, I mean, just like that, they win that. They've been eco'd before, and I think they get eco'd. They seem to get really scared on second round, which is funny, because I think they get eco'd so often that they are just so scared of it happening again. But that's a confidence play right there. A nice headshot with a scout from Def at mid to make it a 5v4 early. I think that helps them a lot. That'll help them a lot with their confidence. And another one. Damn! He's like, Showtime, you're not the only God Scout in the server.
Well, this auto director gives us a good view of things in B and in mid. Finally, Destiny getting that kill there. Trying to pick up this Deagle this time, but Android spots him on the outside B, takes him down, and it's now going to be 11-6.
Another save round here, and complexity will be, if they were able to get this next round and then win the first rifle round, they'll earn themselves a save again. That'll be a 5-0. They'll have a bolstered economy, and then we got basically a brand new game, only a 3-round differential, just like that, all because of the pistol.
Well, now in this round here, you do have, you know what? Since we already have auto director, I'm just gonna. Oh, there you go. Kevin's back. Welcome back, Kev. All right. So back with blocks here for Luminosity Gaming. Full blocks, no armor. And complexity on the other end are just trying to push inside, racking some money with the SMGs. They actually get 4 kills with SMGs. It's now going to be 7-11 in favor of Luminosity Gaming.
And here will be the first test of the half. It'll be rifle versus rifle. This is always telling for me as the color caster to figure out who is more confident on their rifle round, which are by far more important, more telling than anything else. Most of the rounds you play in a half won't be rifle rounds, but the rifle rounds you win result in sometimes saves, which means they're worth 2 or more. It's going to be long control versus the AKs, and Uber with some nice M4 spray. It's going to be taking most people down here. Who's left? PKL and Yell. All alone, lost long control. 3 players from Complexity still alive on this side of the map, and I think we're still having camera trouble, huh?
Yeah, he got kicked. It's all good. Puzzles on the right. And here's another 4-on-2 situation. As it is going to be LG on a 2-man disadvantage. Complexity looking to bring this game back. So, okay, maybe they haven't sealed it for LG quite yet, as they've yet to win a round here on the second half. So the last 2 guys, PKL and Yell, trying to work together here towards this mid side, as Yell is on a glass cannon op. So fairly weak. Still leveraging him to try to get an entry. They spot one here towards the CT spawn hit. That's going to put Yell down in 23, and that's 8 playing inside that area.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to move. He knows there's an op there. He doesn't want to peek this anymore. And because they have so many people alive. They also spotted both at mid, so Def knows that he can get away with pushing along. He's a much faster. He's in a lead off position. He can come and rotate, flank, whatever the case may be if somebody goes down. Guaranteed trade. Tell the base. Don't have to worry about that.
Now it's Yell looking to fall back. Def drops him, and they could themselves go for a double off setup if they want to, but they opt to say no. So they're going to keep one in the hands of Surreal.
Yeah, sometimes it can be good, but if a team does like a fast, you wouldn't want to pick up the op for this round because you know that Luminosity are saving, so that can actually put you in pass if you get rushed out by Tech 9s or P250s and flashes and so on. There's no point. And also you only get $100 per kill, which is a scam and a rip off. So why would you want to do that yourself? Just either grab a rifle, guarantee the round, or pick up an MP9 if you're feeling really confident and want to make some money.
Longus, you're seeing how every time you're casting, you always see like a 7-1 scoreline. I always see a 7-11, then a 9-11. So we're going to see this right now here for LG. No armor moving up on Catwalk. Tech 9 Deagles and P250. So full pistol upgrades here on the end of the terrorist seat, or on the terrorist side rather. With Yell leading a charge. Gonna try to walk in. They have 2 flashes to work with to try to commit. Def is already there for the support. Real opponent from Game Changer. And he pretty much had this on lock.
How does blind doesn't move?
How do you get caught from a flash like that? And he gets instant dink, speed on Def. Okay, they get a deagle across the box and they go for a plant. Now Uber's out in the open. He's about to get caught right now, and he also doesn't manage to fall back on time.
They're all on the ramp.
Oh,
the whole team's on the ramp. Jesus, that was so ugly.
That is without armor, so this is fully a committed eco Cobra. Yes.
I can't see you, but I can see you doing that in my mind.
If it happens if this happens in the Northern Arena finals, I'll do it.
That was so ugly, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, Surreal just got full blind and just didn't move at all.
Yeah.
Why?
That, and then Def got insta-dink, so that's not really his fault, but he got overpowered there. But Uber is out in the open at long, and as he tries to fall across and he tries to fall back, he runs into a wall, so he had no idea where he was actually standing on that attempt of a retake. I don't know, it was so clumsy. Thankfully for them, though, they won 4 rounds in a row, so that's enough money for them to go for another gun round this round here.
Yeah, that was really hard to watch, and because Luminosity, they won that round while saving, they have enough money now to not only, like, they picked up guns last round, so, and kept so many people alive, so now they're not in danger of having to save if they lose this.
Mm-hmm. Crucial round right now for Complexity. And not only should they win this round, but they need to win it with only maximum 2 casualties so they can go for drops for the next round and have full rifles again. But looking at LG's point, they're looking for a fake here towards this cat side. Good thing, though, for Complexity is you don't see anybody moving yet from that minimap. That's just wasting utility so far for LG on that fake. And really, Def is playing so passively inside CT spawn in case they go for a mid to B split.
Yeah, they look like they're going to try to fake this, and we can see the rustling of the CTs right now, moving a little bit. Ape's actually pushed out of the site. I really don't like this. I love when people stay in the site and handle your choke points because there's so much more damage to do. But there they are, forcing them to run through a molly, and because the molly's on the other side of the smoke, they are so surprised when they see it. There it is. Yell coming out to just help and trade with that off late, and Complexity win. Very nice.
Yeah, very good hold there for them on B, and again, they've only lost 2 guys, so you'll be able to see these drops in a full rifle round for Complexity. So that's a good part of it as well. So they redeemed themselves from a horrendous hold on the A side before.
I like
and
what...
even...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're going to say you probably like the buy, but I'm not sure about the auto shotgun.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that is kind of weird. T-side, like, I don't even know where you find a fight that's favorable with this gun on T-side.
It's a good mid-range gun, man. I'm not going to take it away.
Yeah, but like where's mid-range?
Like running up on catwalk and getting those headshots on Game Changer if Surreal's staying out in the open like he does.
That's not gonna happen.
It's so deadly, I'm telling you. Haven't you ever played 10 mans against me? No,
10 mans.
I play Launder's 10 mans.
Dude, if someone gets headshot by a noob tube in Game Changer from Cat, I'm not watching the rest of the game.
I'll show you how it's done. Destiny, though, is going to be the one up on brick, and he's going to try to look back here on the elevator side, where you actually do have Def up on the dumpster. And Surreal playing very close to the wall, actually, at Game Changer, so they're focusing him to look out towards this mid side, and then using Def to actually look up on catwalk.
PKL just has his Tech 9 out. He's not even using the... There it is.
I was going to say, you had Uber pushed up towards long. He does get the first kill onto Shiz here.
I don't understand. It must... I want to say it was a misbuy. Okay, well, anyways, he gets an AK. We'll never get to see that happen. Thank goodness. It's not a bad gun. I just don't... CD side, I can understand.
I guess it's a good gun also to take long. But a big flank's coming through by Surreal right now as they're executing up towards this A site. Oh, Surreal misses the shot. Sorry, the big flank's coming from Uber as he got that first kill initially. And they're going to try to go for a plant now. Uber up on Cat already, getting the kill on the Yell. Def moving up. Dispatches Destiny at the bomb is planted. Surreal at least connects that shot as now PKL is just hiding inside that smoke. Can he win this? Oh, so close. Almost manages to take down Def, but 8 was there with the AWP to save him and keep him alive. It's now going to be 12 to 10 in favor of LG. The plant maybe helps them a bit for the next round here, but if not, in 2 rounds for LG as they're quite low.
I think they just full safe here, literally Glocks, and then you have a decent buy next round. Like $700, not worth it for the Deagle this round if they want to buy. But if they don't want to buy, then I can understand. But they're on 3-round loss. They would have a decent buy if they just didn't spend any money.
By the way,
they'll be okay no matter what.
Unearthly Enemy was asking what Game Changer is. It's that spot that's real plays. Game Helper, I guess. Yeah, Game Helper, Game Changer. Playmaker as well, as I like to call it.
Yeah, I've never heard Game Changer. I've only ever heard Game Helper, but
yeah, that was back in the 1.6 days. But then I bring it back and I always forget the word. So then it comes to the same thing. People understand.
Yes, I understood.
All right, no armors here for LG. We do have 2 Deagles, 2 P250s, and 2 flashes. So they kind of have the same utilities as they wanted to move up on this catwalk. And can it work? One more time.
Now we've got Def in Goose. So last couple of rounds we had Luminosity cross Cat. They didn't have anyone to do with the Goose, so this might make a difference.
What is that for? Okay, it was trying to throw a flash. I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's what it was. He went for a double flash up. Thankfully for Def is there at Goose and Uber to help out. But PKL's landing those 1Ds. Getting the first kill and the second one to Uber. Destiny pushing from CT spawn. Gets the kill onto Ape as well. So it's a 2 versus 2. Make that now a 2 versus 1. But what another scramble of a round there for Complexity.
Smoke here and headshotted by Android. And now we're within 1. Luminosity have no plan, it seems. Well, the one round the one round they did win was that full-on eco, so that's not a round that you can look at and be like, how do we recreate that round? That round was awesome because they're gonna have guns and you're gonna be in a completely different mindset. You're gonna be running around every corner, throwing caution to the wind, taking a ton of risk. Luminosity have to figure out how to win with utility and AKs, and it wouldn't make sense to tell everyone. Okay, actually, that's the thing. That makes sense. But here's bomb control from both sides. It just goes unspotted, but because of that great flash, he's able to be blind for so long, and we can see the Complexity of just one long with that kill from Surreal. He also has bomb control, and last time, they know that they sent 2 people up Cat. They may not remember, but there should be that somebody chiming in that this is probably their 3-2 or something.
Yes, Surreal made it inside this pit. Nice shot there onto Destiny. And they're only 1 frag away of tying it up. How crazy is that, dude?
Yep. Oh, he sees the head. He's going to take the shot for sure.
Thankfully for the body there. Yell couldn't see it.
Yeah. 12 to 12. We got a timeout from Luminosity. I think it's really, really good time to time out because they have to. Oh, maybe not so good because I don't think they're going to buy.
No.
But yeah, I mean, with 11-4, it seemed like it was going to be over. Luminosity playing well, but Complexity doing great on CT side. I think there's actually a lot of similarities in some of their steps.
Mm-hmm. If not, it's a similarity in a scoreline because the same thing happened to Complexity where they lost 4 rounds in a row, got 1 round, and then lost 5 in a row. At this point, you're pretty much seeing the same thing unless Luminosity Gaming somehow manages a miracle Eco Cobra again. And that's it. Let's not discount the fact that the round that they won was when they bought no guns, and they had armor maybe only on 1 guy. They had 2 flashes to work with, and they got the round. So that's insane how that round panned out there for LG. But at this point, what do you think is a discussion for the terrorist team?
I think this is a calm the F down and just go, because whenever a team has the only round that they've won is an eco round, that shows you that they're not playing they're playing too scared on their rifle rounds, or that it's just like a mindset thing as opposed to, because like your explosiveness on an eco round is typically much higher because you feel less bad about losing the round. You know what I mean? You can take more risks. You feel like, oh, I just go take this peek and take this fight, and maybe they need to bring a little bit more of that into their rifle rounds, and not necessarily show some disrespect to Complexity, but don't give them too much respect. Um, but Complexity playing solid. It's not like there's a ton of things that Luminosity are doing horribly wrong, I'd say. I think Complexity are definitely playing solid. Grenade usage is good. We just saw long control go extremely well because they had the correct setup. And that's why I said there's so many actually similarities between their CT sides. And even the timing on when they do things. They're they're doing a lot of the same things on each half. We haven't seen, I guess, B being tested that often. There,
Or what was your last sentence?
we haven't seen B being tested that often.
Yes, that's true. Well, the rounds that they did actually, it was a great hold from Android in there as well. I don't know if it was due to counter flashes or whatnot, but I don't think they were able to get a bomb plant in there for LG when they tried to. All the rounds that they tried towards B.
Here it is. Someone setting up the Xbox smoke.
Ooh.
Oh, Cyril didn't notice.
Yeah, the smoke of that molly kept things alive there for Shiz. Well, apparently somebody in the chat says that Shiz is only 14 years old.
No way.
If that's true, then that's pretty crazy.
That's sick, dude.
But there's that smoke for Xbox for them to walk up Cat, and it's actually open for them for the taking, so it's going to have to be a retake play for Complexity. They have Deagles and P250s. Surreal's going to try to move in and be like, oh crap, they're already in there. Bomb will get planted. Retake now for Complexity, who lines up two guys to start. Spots a third one up on the staircase, and Uber and him are going to move in together.
Wow,
Showtime peeks out, yeah.
That's no problem. Still dealing with this.
Yeah.
Just pistols, and yeah, they clean it up. They let the bomb go down, but they clean it up. Luminosity really, I think, needed that plant. Kind of curious where they're going to be at.
Yeah, you're going to be at 34 plus 800, right? So 42.
They are extremely paid right now. This is actually, so they actually have enough money from those two plants to be able to buy and then have some left over, so they're not completely screwed if they lose this round. They are in some senses because they're at 14, or Complexity are at 14, but at least they'll be able to put together some kind of buy. Alright, let's see what they try to do. We've got two people in tunnels, two top mid. Showtime looking is going to set up for a long control smoke. I don't know if they want to do late long or they want to clear stuff out first. It's always natural and normal to go to terrorist through lower tunnels, really easy, really free. If someone wants to fight you there, that's like a very favorable engagement. You know, they're expending some resources, making sure people aren't playing close angles so they can't get flanked really quickly. And sometimes it looks like the team's wasting resources, but in reality, using $400 to make sure that no one pushes it might save you later in the round. It's hard to see why, you know, a lot of pros will just throw a flash once in a while, or like when it seems like they're flashing for no reason. It's important to keep the other team honest and mislead them.
You do have a smoke on catwalk. Even that molly there towards the mid doors was also to try to see if they could flush somebody out on the right side. We're getting a little bit of information there, as you mentioned here, Launders. That's no quick rotations possible, as they're going to try to execute up on this ball side. This time it's going to be Surreal from Game Helper. These are big smoke session. That fully covers up Surreal, so they're going to have to play the retake. Def, here's two guys dropping. Surprise!
Lineup. Oh no, Destiny actually gets away with that trade.
Only 5 HP, but it's traded out by Ape. Surreal about to walk up. They're going to get a plant here for Catwalk. It's a 4-on-3 situation. You don't have anybody rotating out from Catwalk at all, actually, for Complexity. They have two inside CT spawn, two up long. And they're going to have to try to move it together now.
Showtime's going to be the man to watch here. As soon as the kill comes out, he's going to activate and do something.
He's going to go right now.
Oh, that flash is good. Andrew is so aware that someone might be flanking.
It's not the first time that they do that, right? But it's back to a 1 versus 1. The clock is taken down. Android's moving up on the single box. He does get the kill. And the defuse here to make Complexity move up to 14, but that was an expensive round for them to win. At least they have enough money to go for a buy here. But
another plant. So another plant. Luminosity is still a ton of money somehow, and can opt to do whatever they want. They're still completely in this. that was a close round from Complexity. The retake seemed like it should have been a little bit more favorable for them, but they, you know, obviously, I mean, they just relied on Android to seal it up. He gets the 1v1. Really well played. Good timing on that box peek. Decided not to rush the trade. And we have a map cat. Yeah, that's dead. Oh wow, that shot missed from lower. That could have been a free kill.
Yeah, you can see from this map, they're going to try to go for 3 guys, taking control of long. Posting now Uber inside the pit. Re-challenging back towards default setup here for the rest of the guys. So there's going to be 2 guys inside CT spawn. They're going to probably boost Def up on the boxes inside CT spawn to watch that mid pick, the mid cross. Should the T's go for a mid to be split.
Luminosity again, still haven't won a round, a rifle round on T side, so sometimes later in the half. Yeah, lost time to make adjustments. Yeah, good patience. Finds Ape just kind of walking out mid there. I don't think Ape expected. Well, he was walking out with a flash, so that makes sense. And is he boosted on the box? Yeah, Def is up here, so this is very, very strong position. But, ooh, with Andrew going down, it's a full change.
Because of his silencer, I don't think he noticed where the shots were coming from. He hears it.
He has to know, because there's no other way you can see over the smoke.
Ding from both sides here. Def about to peek out, and that's it. Rabbit, or should I say, Android had to come up big with that B hold as well. He needed to get 1 or 2, so.
Yeah, you know, 3-1 or 3-on-1. I said, well, Ape dies, but they're like 2-on-1. So yeah, you know, Def can help you out with the mid B, but you have to do tunnel like by yourself basically, which is a lot of work. But either way, Luminosity win on the mid B split, and bring it to within 1. A save is not that all that important. Actually,
well, Uber is only at $250, right? So he won't be able to drop. It's gonna have to come down to Surreal to go for 2 M4 drops with the $8,100 that he has.
Yeah, I didn't realize actually you'd have lost a lot of money.
And that's exactly what happens there. So they're gonna be able to be fine in this round, but should they lose this one, things are looking good for for Luminosity to bring this game back into their favor and retake the lead for the map point. The Complexity now in the lead by 1. They went for the nade cross up towards mid double doors. Actually have 3 guys inside the B bomb site. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. I actually like that. I mean, I feel like at this point, Luminosity just have to do what they've. Oh my gosh, they're actually all pushing up. I love this. But we have Yell with Yop, and oh what? No way! What a beast! Peek right into like the most off angle possible. You'd never see 2 ops take a fight, and he just wins the duel versus a man waiting for him with no info. That is crazy.
They're still trying to bring that fight though. Because of that, LG are able to take control of this mid side. They tried to go for a flash peek. They expected that, but that never blinded Showtime. He does get the kill. They're running back towards B tunnels.
Do you have it off of the site? Yes, Real's out here. Oh, he's falling out.
He's in a tough spot. Drop the bomb carrier, and that's it. Android cannot get the spray one more time. Unfortunately, Destiny's at 1 HP. Flashes coming through. 40 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time here for LG to take their time. Teammate is going to be Uber with Def trying to move in from the doorway and window side. Showtime playing in the back of the plat. No nades to work with. They're just going to run through. Oh, actually, they did have a flash to work with. Uber, though, does not pay off. Showtime gets a nice shot. That's 14-14. No money now for Complexity. And you'll see Luminosity be pretty much at that point.
Oh, man. Honestly, Android and Surreal kind of messed up there. Like, Surreal was really not impatient, but like indecisive about where he wanted to be, and the XQ was already coming out. It's like he got the K sharp. He could have just sat there, and the Android, I don't know why he was playing outside the door, but I guess you can dodge flashes from there, peek out. You have a piece of cover that makes sense. But if you were to get smoked out, leave your op in the site solo, it seemed like a weird decision. And I feel like if they just play double stack and K sharp, they would have been perfect. But to each his own.
So let's see if Complexity Gaming could actually win this round. 8 got legged across. They have no armor at all. P250s, 2 Deagles. Let's see if they get lucky, if they could actually pass 14 scoreline. Things are looking good for LG to be at map point. With PKL at the helm here of the catwalk take with Destiny. Pop flash when it comes across. Slightly blinded just to feel, but they still managed to capitalize on these 2 kills at Brick as well. So Def is going to be on his own inside B. Kind of force rotates out, but pretty much over in this round.
Yep. And it's actually Complexity to play for OT because they don't have a lot of money. It doesn't really make sense to try to buy here as much as you don't want to have to go to OT in the first place. And so are pretty much willing to lose this round. The true fight will be in the 30th.
Giving a flawless victory there for LG. So no kills for to give a chance for Complexity to get a little bit more, to get the extra nade, the extra smoke, or maybe the extra $300 for that kit that he need. So it's going to be a very low buy now.
They're going to be spamming the door too. I don't know. Are these crossing dry? Oh my god, they are crossing dry. Okay. Yeah. Why not? They cross late, so wow, this is turning out to be a disaster for Complexity. Cross late, and Luminosity knew that they crossed late, so they know they can get into B.
That's actually pretty cool.
I mean, it's standard. They all hit it. Why would you not nade the cross, or just like smoke
No,
it?
that's it, and that brings that confidence for Yell to be like, okay, well, they spammed a crap load of auto snipers at mid doors, and nobody's crossed yet, so I could just get the better positioning inside the B site to get the pick into window.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like checkmate. I mean, there's literally no way that they could have crossed the TC, the CTs cross first. Uber is up at long. I mean, he could actually be a player in this moment. A big player. He's only got a Falmouth. Oh, good flash. No reaction, though, so they won't hear a footstep. Everybody's out here.
Showtime's still holding outside long doors from with that off from T-spawn. Actually, he's starting to finally walk across. A side is open for business. Surreal is trying to rotate back. He's actually playing it from CT spawn.
Ooh, Uber, good push. It's actually found a great... Oh, but there's nobody at A.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to have to play retake.
Oh,
Surreal is actually offing it from CT spawn and said Uber at least gets the kill onto Showtime. But that retake at this point is all of them moving up on catwalk, and you already have 2 guys resetting back up there. So let's see if it works, though. Yells at the staircase with the AWP. You do have Shiz on the top with the high-low stack. Fully blinded. Uber gets the kill, and the second one from Death. There you go. Great flashes there for Complexity. PKL out in the open. Dispatched by Death as well. Yeah, it's a 4 versus 1. You'll see a 15-15, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going into overtime in this first map.
Oh my gosh. And they actually play for the long con. They bring it to OT on the retake. Complexity. Get those kills. And good round from Uber. He like flanked fast enough, even though there was no teammates there at A, and flanked fast enough to get that first kill. That was huge. And then that really was Luminosity's round to lose. They had the smoke down on Cat. They had the after plan situation with nobody at A. It was perfect. All the ingredients were just right, but wasn't enough. And now we go to OT once again. So far, last time we saw Luminosity and Complexity go to OT on train, Complexity came out the victor. I don't think that tells you...
Quite strong.
What's that?
It came out quite strong as well on the OT side.
Exactly. Yeah, they came out quite... Yeah, exactly. As soon as they brought it to OT, they went ahead and stomped them. I think it was they went 4-0, right? In OT.
Yep. Yeah. 19-6. Yeah, 19-15. And that being said, though, I mean, Complexity starting off on the CT side. This is where they were stronger. Only giving, well, both teams, of course, giving each other 4 rounds on this map. But there are some small mistakes in terms of communication that Complexity could have fixed that probably we wouldn't see the situation now. So hopefully they're able to correct those in this first overtime.
I personally don't like how both teams played their CT side B site specifically, like versus mid B. I don't know. This pushing out of the door thing, it's like really, really, really risky. Like all you need to do, sit in the site, throw either your molly at tunnel, have two people in the site, smoke off two choke points or molly two choke points, whatever, one piece of utility each, right? And then focus down the other choke point. So like the split won't last forever. If someone throws a mid B smoke and they send two people out mid and you molly window and smoke the door, well, they have to get in the site eventually because everybody in this on the other side of the CT smoke will be able to come through. So, and then if you have two people in the site, you could just watch tunnels or even have another piece of utility throw at tunnels. But if you just push out of the site, no one can help you. You're definitely going to get killed, even if you get 1 or 2 kills. And then your teammate in the site has to worry about 3 choke points. The math doesn't add up.
And overall, so far in this map, another good performance here from Def, getting 104 ADR. Followed by the second highest, which is going to be Android at 81. Meanwhile, on the other end, it's 84.4 for Showtime and 82 for Destiny. Yeah, they ran out towards mid side to catch Ape off guard, pushing up towards barrels. Shiz going for the jump surprise kill. Just like that now, it's a 4-on-3 situation. Surreal pretty much caught up, or caught out in the open. Manages to turn on time with the P250 to get that kill. It's a 3 versus 2. They're going to try to hunt down Shiz. They put him down to 49.
Oh my
And
God,
Surreal doesn't even need an op. He just goes for a P250. That's a triple kill for him.
He's got all his kills with the P250. So he's taking 50 damage. And he's just going to drop the op, and now it's just rifles. Okay, smoking the tunnel, molly back flat. Missed the molly in the window. He's going to run through it for 30 damage, but it ends up working out okay. And the last man, the 4K from Surreal. What was that round? What was that round?
It's just a scramble, man. I mean, we've seen this on Train 2 between these two teams. I guess it's one of those, let's try something new, and nobody expects what the outcome is going to be. I mean, running 3 guys through mid, 1 guy up barrels, and just a bunch of smokes.
I mean, yeah, Luminosity just did like a fast mid B, which is kind of cool. They caught him off guard. They got the opening kill, but then Surreal was getting 3 kills with the PT50. Like, what?
Yeah. Well, it keeps things alive here for Complexity. It's going to be 16-15. No smokes this time for LG up on Catwalk, so they could just try to see if they could go for a pick here with the AWP towards mid. And one more time, they're going to walk out. And it's going to be up to Def inside the CT spawn.
Oh, Surreal's got it covered, I think. Oh, that
perfect.
flash.
Yeah, that was sick.
He took a little bit too long to... Yeah, it took a little bit too long to get that kill. If he got that kill a second earlier, he would have been able to escape. It would have been perfect. But that flash was beautiful. And now it looks like Cat might be tested. I don't know if they know Surreal's off is up here. But they might want to assume that. And
that's a good smoke.
In a sense, yeah, for the terrorist. For sure. Good flash to flash him off. Another good flash. He's holding his ground though.
Ooh. Oh, the flick.
Good flick.
Bomb is down for the second time. Now it's about to get planted. Uber, meanwhile, does get the kill onto Shiz. Yell trying to go for another drop kill with the AWP to no avail. Now it's Destiny on another 4 versus 1 inside the A-bomb site. And Uber is going to go for the quick... Oh, why would you do that?
They'll still have money for next round. It's actually going to be Luminosity. You won't be able to afford anything. But yeah, they win convincingly on this CT round.
That would have been hilarious if they had no time, and then they threw that molly and lose the round.
That would have been amazing, yes. I would have loved to have been part of that experience. Well, what's cool about CSGO is it's a sandbox, you know, so it's like, unlike... it's like, that's why Smash is cool. That's why I like Smash 2. It's like a sandbox. Something new happens every day because of the physics, you know.
Yeah. Ooh. Wall shot going through, taking down Def. They did try to go for an op pick themselves. 3 guys picking towards this mid side.
Rotate. They're like all at A.
Yeah, I guess it's from the 3 guys looking out towards mid. It was a call, great call here for Complexity. Now you have Shiz on the top of Catwalk. It's a 3 versus 3, but Surreal's only at 11 HP. They're just gonna hold it back quietly, but they still have 1 guy on the other end of B, and that's gonna be Android. So they still have good defense for Complexity.
Yeah, walking up long right now, almost certainly will catch Surreal off guard. The smoke is going to dissipate. He's taking a little bit of time to get up here. He's made some noise, however, And I think, oh, we had him actually drop. This is a good play from Surreal, who's quite low. And there he is, actually gets the kill. Low HP, but good positioning. One player crossing cat, and then Yell coming out long as well. They've got to be aware of this. So they've got to know they can't just cross for free. This off. Oh, he misses an 8 with a nice headshot. Kills him, and that's it. A 3-0 in the first half of OT. Damn. That was kind of weird. That they literally evacuated B before seeing the bomb, I think.
Everything's weird so far in the
Everything's
the
weird,
OTs we've seen. Yeah.
There have been a lot
Unorthodox
of
plays here, but the end result is that Complexity wins 3 rounds in a row again in OT. The only one now.
Again, I feel like, yeah, it's just going to be the story of Complexity winning, but just barely winning. Surprising in surprising fashion, and while making some mistakes. They do some good stuff, they do some bad stuff.
They do some terrible stuff too.
They do some terrible stuff. But yeah, I'd say like what I liked about the most is definitely at least that they have strats for their eco rounds, but some of the trading and stuff.
Yeah. And hopefully this time, that's going to be annoying too, right? When it's going to have to be a live on 3 and it's 3 restarts and it's map points. So 3 times, you know that it's match point. As a player, like, we get it. Don't rub it in.
Yeah.
But surprisingly enough for Complexity side, they're going for 5 AKs. So really not utilizing Surreal for an op pick mid. He's actually going to be looking up towards long. 4 guys just rushing inside B, so they don't know how many initially crossed inside to B bomb site. Okay, they're just going to hold it now.
Oh, that's a bad... Oh my gosh. Shot, like, right in between... Oh, no. Great flash. BKL completely blind, and they must know that Showtime's quite close. Right-clicks a smoke onto Molotov, moves for a better position, but can't hit the frantic shot onto Android. Surreal, as well at mid, is about to catch someone off guard, and maybe not a second yell. Destiny's made a way into the site. What is going on? Everybody trying to reach it immediately. Oh my god, he's flashed through the
No, is he gonna ninja this?
Oh my... What is going on?
I'm telling you, man, these OTs are so weird.
Every round is so weird.
Nonetheless, though, it is another 4 unanswered rounds in